Alright gang, this is going to be a freehand video, so you've been warned at the beginning. I always hate mentioning this, but the reason why I'm doing a freehand and it's going to be shaky is because my hands aren't that great any longer due to injuries and ailments. So please bear with me. And also my tripod broke, and every time I go to town I forget to pick one up. I remember it when I want to do a video. You know, it's like a roofer who's got a leaky roof. He takes care of everybody else's roof, and his is okay when it's not raining, but when it's raining, it's too wet to go fix. Same way with my tripod. Anyway, let's check this next collection of Hot Wheels. All these are Hot Wheels that I collected here in the past several months. Some of them are duplicates that I've already had. Some of them I never ever had before in my life, but I grabbed them anyway because of the price and the condition. So let's check this stuff out. Alright, I'm going to start out with the Torino Stalker. Now, I liked NASCAR in the 70s. I was a huge NASCAR fan growing up, but then when all the cars got to where they are now, I don't watch it. They're all the same cars. When they got, you know, and back when Bill Elliott was running Thunderbirds, and it seemed like NASCAR was against all the Fords, because Ford had just a one car that is, against, what was it, 4 or 5 different GM products. So they was outnumbered, but then when the Fords kept winning, NASCAR slows them down. Go back and look at your history. Don't believe anything I say. Investigate it. But anyway, I'm trying to remember where I got most of these, and I've had them for such a long time, I really don't recall. But this one is a red line. I didn't buy it because it was a red line. I bought it because it was a Ford. And if you're a Ford fan and you look at the diecast stuff growing up and through the years, there wasn't that much offered other than like Mustangs. And that was pretty much it. Well, let's step back. Matchbox, they had a lot of Fords, but most of them was European Fords that you typically didn't see in this country. And the stuff that they did have that was cool was the Ford pickups. And I got a few of those. But anyway, this is the Torino Stalker. Had several of these as a kid. I had so many of them that a lot of them I repainted. And I have no clue what happened to the ones I repainted. I may have sold those off on eBay or something in the junkyard lot. Kind of regret that now. But this is such a cool car. But the next two I'm going to show you, they're also Torino Stalkers, but these I had to look into after I got them. There's a red one, Thrill Drivers, and then a white one. It also says Thrill Drivers. I had no clue what this was, so I'll look it up after I get them home. And there was a set. I can't remember the year they came out, but it was a Thrill Drivers set. I want to say it had a launcher and loops, and also some track. But that's how you got these cars. I don't know if they sold them individually. I didn't continue to look, but I have these two. I contemplated about getting track, or getting the track with a box, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. We'll see how that pans out. I will keep an eye out on them, and if they end up find one fairly inexpensive, I'll grab it. Baja Breaker. This is like the Supermans. When I run across them, I can't pass them up. A little rough, but hey, it's still cool. The original release version, and the reason why I say original release is because it's silver, and that's the first ones I ever recall ever seeing hanging on the pegs as a kid. And I had several of those. Both these Baja Breakers hoods are intact and functioning. I got another one of these. Oh Lord, I'm so sorry about my hands. Real Rider Baja Breaker 18 version. That is so cool. Hood works as well. Fantastic condition. I've got a few of these. I never had this as a kid, but I have a few of them now. It seems like every time you pick up something you never had before, they start falling out of the woodwork. Here it is again. Show Hoss. Now I had a green one as a kid. I have another green one. It's a replacement, but now I have the yellow one. I never had the yellow one as a kid, but I got one now. It's all intact in fairly good shape. Now most of these have got play wear, so you know, I don't care. I like them. I grabbed this not realizing what it was until I got it home. It's a Sizzler, Mustang Sizzler, and I've had this thing for eons. I forgot I had it until I was cleaning out one of my cabinets, and it was sitting on a shelf. It had gotten pushed back behind some other stuff. I can't tell you if it works or not, but it looks good. It's not damaged. It's all intact. It's a cool looking car. Now the next car is crazy in price when you see them online. Captain America Trans Am. Holy smokes, those things are high dollar now. I've seen them listed and I've seen them sold pretty high. I wouldn't pay the price to get one online. I got that, a Scene Machine Hulk, and you view through it pretty good. Oops, there's a paramedic van. I forgot, you know, if you watch any of my diecast videos, that's the super van's my favorite vans. But I got another beat up Thor van as well. And I got all these Marvel themed vans from the same person. Got a Spider-Man, that's a Scene Machine. Never would have bought a van like that as a kid because it just didn't look our standard car, but I grabbed this one and that one and a Silver Surfer version, but that's not a Scene Machine. I don't know why it's not a Scene Machine. So I got all the Marvel stuff at the same time from the same guy. I had tons of these as a kid. I love this car. Gosh, like I said, I don't remember where I picked up a lot of these at, but I got two of these. I got one, if you see on the top of the helmet, it has the point. This one does, excuse me, this one does not have the point. Got the hiccups. Both of them are red line, both of them in pretty good shape. Now the reason why I like this car a lot is because it's got a 6-cylinder engine sitting in it. That is awesome. And both of them are red lines if I didn't mention it, but it doesn't bother me if they are or not. Then I got an Iron Man van. Got that from the same person as well as all the other Marvels. Not sure if the guy, he was a guy that just had them. He bought them from somebody else. So I don't know if somebody had all these because he was a comic book freak or what. But like I said, I bought all the Marvel themed diecast from the same person. There's two more outside the box because this case is out of space. And it's overloaded. But anyway, this is the second one of these I got. It's in awesome, awesome shape. Never had it as a kid. Probably would have never picked it up as a kid because I don't care for these kind of race cars. But I do know in reality that was a real race car, and I think it was a Ford-powered race car. Don't hold me to that. I could be way wrong. Check it out online if you want to. I really don't care if it's a Ford power or not. I think it's a pretty cool looking car, and I have it. Grease Gremlin. I've got one from my childhood and several others I picked up in various conditions. I'm a Gremlin lover at heart, man. You can't beat a Gremlin. They're awesome little cars. Stage Fright. I got another one. Missing one of these. I thought I had a second one somewhere else. This is actually the third one, but I still can't find that second one. Unless I found it, stuck it somewhere, and maybe already have included it on another video and just don't recall. But I'll have to go back and check. Eventually I'm going to sit there and put all these cars together and all similar cars in one box. Alright, so let's go down here. Got another one of these Hulk vans. I got several of these. I'm going to move this out of the way. And then that Spider-Man car. Sorry for the shaking. Forgive me. Trying to do my best. That's kind of awkward looking, but it is also, it's pretty cool. Spider-Man. It's got the web. And it's got, well, it's probably not going to come into focus now to move so fast. And it has the 1978 Marvel's comic group logo. Alright, so let's get back to these cars. I remember where I got this one. I paid $5 for it because it's in immaculate shape. And it's the old Ford Coupe. Man, I love that car. And there's not a scratch on it. I've got several of these. One from my childhood. Can't remember. I think it's a black wall. This is a black wall. And I know I have a red line. But again, it doesn't bother me. I don't know why I'm specifying red lines. Because it doesn't. I don't care. I got a few of these. I couldn't pass this one up, but I've never gotten one with a roll bar. Oh, I'm sorry, where the roll bar is not squished. Every one I've got, the roll bars has got some damage to it, and I'm not going to try to fix them in fear of breaking them. But that is pretty cool. Alright, on this side, last but not least, is this Maverick. Now when I picked it up, it was painted completely. Wheels, windows, everything. It was all blue. So I stuck it in some vinegar and got most of the paint off, and it turned out to be a gold Mighty Maverick and a red line. I think the spoiler's missing, but the hood opens and it's intact. I stopped cleaning because I was scared I was going to take what were left of the gold paint off, and I didn't want to do that. Now with that being said, this Thunderbird, wow, was in another video, and I actually thought it was really a junk car. Thought it was black, and I thought the windshield was broke. Come to find out it's purple, and that's the way the windshield came. Still was a little bit damaged, but I learned this after I started looking into that Maverick there, trying to figure out how to get the paint off of it. The guy I was watching videos on, Lord, I can't remember his name to save my life, but he restored one of those Thunderbirds. So I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to stick it back in the box it came out of, and the rest will be history. Alright, let me flip this thing around. We'll put it on pause. Hang in there. Alright. Before I go any further, I just noticed that this car here, the Spider-Man car, come on in focus. They was asking $15 for it originally. Like I said, I got it from a guy, all of them together. That's the only one that has a price tag on it. I didn't realize that until just now. I did not pay $15 for that. I would never pay $15 for that. I don't even like the car. It's just, it came with a lot. Alright, this is the second one of these that I have. I really need to start looking at the name of some of these cars. I don't know what it's called, but it has a British flag on the roof, on the hood. It's pretty cool looking. Wouldn't have bought it as a kid. Apologies again. Boy, not having a good day today with the hands. With that Porsche, got a couple of those already. Nothing special. Now I have tons of these 442s. Looking at the wheels, I think this is maybe an 80s release. Don't hold me to that. And it's gold. I don't know if I have a gold one. I may have another gold one. Well, I guess you call that gold. But it's pretty cool. That's one I don't pass up. Another camper. Lord knows I love these things. And one of the videos I told a story, because I ramble so much, about a friend whose dad had one of these little Toyota campers. Alright, and here's another Bronco. Love Broncos. I drive one every day. Best thing on the road. I can't wait for the new ones to come out so I can look at something I won't be able to afford. But again, I think this is an 80s release looking at the wheels. But it's in awesome shape. Could not pass it up. And another real rider Bronco. I love white mags. Man, white mags are awesome. Alright, I shouldn't say rough, but the tempos are worn off of that police car. It's just a generic police car. And then there's this one. I thought that was the weirdest color police car, so I grab it, and then when I get it home, you see on the passenger side door on the rear it says taxi. So I assume it's one of these color changers. But because it's so old, I'm scared to run it under hot and cold water in fear of losing the police stuff and it's being mixed up with taxi, even worse. So I just left it alone, never tried it. Now this was interesting. This is a Baja Breaker Ringling Brothers seam machine. It's got, you look in the back, you'll see Bengal tigers. Never knew that existed. So I go look at what people are asking for these things. Now in this shape, they're asking around like 35, 40 bucks. I'm sure you can get them cheaper if you really needed to buy one. Oh no, this kid didn't pay that much for that. It's a buck or two maybe. This is something I never had, and it's pretty cool. So now I'm on the lookout for one in better shape. Alright, we got the Challenger in gold. We got a Mustang and a Deuce Coupe. And the windshield is intact on, the windshield is intact on the Deuce Coupe. Alright, I did a video on, man, sorry. I did a video on this Jag before. This is a different one. I bought one of these brand new when I was a kid. And I hunted another one down and purchased it. Now I have this one. I think I got a couple of other ones since then. Same old story. You buy one and then they all start coming out of the woodwork. Alright, never can pass up the Trans Am. Alright, I got a Dodge on top, and the red car is one of those crash cars. Front end flips when it hits another Hot Wheel car and shows damage. Never had either of those. Got the Ferraris. Okay. Thunderbird. Awesome Thunderbird. This one I really like. Oops, it's hanging out. This one again. Well, again. This one I believe is from the 80s. Looking at the wheels. And this one, maybe late 80s, early 90s, possibly. But I can't pass T-Birds up, especially that body style, because I love that body style. I had a white 86, but I sold it because it was on its last leg. Alright, Scorcher. This is a Dodge Magnum. I got a previous video posted of several of these Scorchers. This one is in awesome shape. I've been wanting to get this. When I posted the previous video, I think I did mention this Magnum. If I didn't, I apologize for stretching the truth a little bit. But I wanted this car pretty bad. And on eBay, I couldn't pull the trigger on any of them because, well, they weren't in this good a shape. And they was either missing the rubber tires on the back, or they didn't work, or they had lost almost all their tempo. This one is a sweet condition. And it works too, but I don't operate them much because I'm scared I'll mess them up. There's another Jag and studs. I'm not a fan of the studs. That Jag, I couldn't pass it up. I think I paid like a quarter for it because I was with my sister when I got that one. I can't remember where I was at, where I got it from, but I was with her. Twin mill on top of a Formula car. I got a couple of both of these already, but you know, twin mills, they're hard to pass up too. So I grabbed it. Porsche, whoopee. Oh, there's that T-Bird. I just threw it in an empty spot. I didn't realize it was an empty spot. A chrome Porsche and a Real Rider Chevy truck. Alright, gang. I really just ought to redo this video, but I don't feel like it. So I'm going to post this horrible video as is. Complain if you must. Oh well, I can deal with it. But that's it. Thanks for viewing and have a great day.